Wow, ladies and gents. So this is a bit of backstory. Strange World is an animated movie that is set to lose over $147 million for Disney. Now, there's loads of cope online about this from Deadline and things like that. I mean, this one specifically is a hilarious article, and I covered it yesterday, but just as a quick one before we go on to the main meat of, this video, which is about fan backlash and why it is absolutely bombing, is the reasons as to why they chose to release this film. Because this whole article is just pure cope. The title is Strange World set to lose $147 million. Why theatrical was a best decision for the doomed toon, not Disney Plus. Now, I'm sure you guys might be like, okay, well, business, there must be a reason. Maybe it's tax. Maybe who knows what it is, right? No, ladies and gents, it's they didn't want to piss off gay people. I'm not joking. I am not joking at all. Which is just crazy. It is an absolute crazy business decision to appease a bunch of activists that aren't consumers. They don't care. They won't buy stuff. So this is the reason Deadline give. Had Strange World gone straight to Disney Plus, it would be a PR nightmare. Oh, we can't annoy people. Oh, God. For the studio. Particularly in the wake of Chapek's Florida Don't Say Gay quagmire, a strict Disney Plus release for Strange World would indicate that the Burbank, California studio is giving a lesser release and a lesser profile for a big movie with a gay character versus a global theatrical launch. So basically, don't irritate gays, is what this article is saying. It's that Disney made the right choice in losing over essentially $150 million because they didn't want to upset people. This is where we're at with business. But these are the actual consumers. Stop making everything sexual. Americans slam Disney for trying to teach kids about sexual preferences in its first cartoon with gay main character. This movie cost somewhere in the region of $135 to $180 million. One, how on earth? Because it looks like absolute shite. Like, look at this. I've seen better animation on YouTube, and you know what? Riddle me this. Do you think it cost $180 million? No. Because it's on YouTube, so no. Obviously not. But look at this. And remember, ladies and gents, these are the consumers. The people actually saying this stuff are consumers. And this is huge. Huge losses. So Disney has another box office flop on its hands, as the animated adventure Strange World proves a dud at the box office and moviegoers criticise it for what they see as forcing progressive ideology in a children's movie, and it is. The cartoon, starring a voice cast including Jake Gyllenhaal, Dennis Quaid, Gabrielle Union and Lucy Liu, features Daily Show contributor Jabuki, young white, I don't even know who that is, as the voice of what's been heralded as Disney's first openly gay character. Strange World looks set to not even clear 20 million at the... I mean, it hasn't. Like, it's absolutely bombed. And the budget is 130 to 180 million dollars. Now, it may even finish below the studio's 2002 flop Treasure Planet, which is actually a really good film. I like Treasure Planet, in fairness. The film also appears to have tanked with audiences, despite mildly positive critical reactions. So they didn't even please critics. But this is what people are saying, and it's justified as well, FYI. While the movie has a 73% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, it's only 60% with audiences, and the film was a B rating on CinemaScore from opening day audiences, according to The Wrap. If that grade holds, the film will be the first Disney animated film to get below an A-, and many have used the box office numbers to cite this as an example of Disney's attempt to go woke, get broke. But I mean, this is the case. People are sick of consistent messaging in everything, and everything being a vehicle for propaganda. They just are. A Rotten Tomatoes reviewer wrote, "If I want to teach my children about sex and or sexual preferences at 7 and 8, I'll do it at my own home. I don't need a Disney movie to help me out with it. Stop making everything sexual. It's unbelievable. And this is why programs... Like, look, so just to compare directly to something else that Disney released across the Thanksgiving holiday was the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. I mean, they're not teaching anything. It's just good messaging, fine. And that's doing well. So what do you expect? So one tweeter pointed out, first Lightyear and now Strange World, Disney and Pixar releasing woke flops, one after the other. How many box office bombs before Disney learns? Well, they're always a few years behind, in fairness, because obviously a lot of this stuff takes, a few years in early development and production and stuff. So they are a few years behind. But I mean, when are they going to learn? And there's more. Disney's two budget busters, the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Strange World, overpromised and underperformed at the box office during Thanksgiving holiday releases. They should have posted record sales, but totally bombed. Disney again proved that woke equals broke. Yep. Eric July says Disney's new movie, Strange World, is flopping at the box office, earning less than $24 million over 5 days against its $180 million budget. That's just staggering. You remember, there's marketing on top of that. Bear in mind, you didn't see much of marketing, but there's still marketing in there. It's just insane. I took the kids to the movies today to watch a Disney cartoon called Strange World. Within 10 minutes of the movie, my 10-year-old son said, "Dad, I've no desire to watch this movie. Can we leave?" We left. And this is the leaders at Disney have forgotten who the paying customer is. And that's the other thing is, and remember, we started with this article here. It's the paying customer that matters. It's the people that will push your film into success that matters. It doesn't matter whether you're going to irritate a few activists. It literally doesn't matter at all. Because you are beholden in a capitalist market to the people that pay for the product. So what are you doing? It's crazy. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. And this will all be another thing that people will blame on Chapek. But this is not Chapek's fault. This is Iger's fault. Iger put all of this in place. Chapek just continued it. So, yeah, I mean, this is not doing well and is a huge bomb. And people are just sick of it at the end of the day. Another thing which proved this was Bros, romantic comedy featuring two gays, right? It was a gay romantic comedy. And that bombed. That absolutely tanked. Now, there's nothing wrong with having stuff like this. There's a time and a place for it. There's absolutely... It's fine to have stuff. Not in everything, though. Let's not make everything homogenous. And I've said this before about Netflix and other sort of diversity and equality quotas, right? Is that through everyone's drive to push for this diversity, everything has become homogenous because everything's the same. When something comes out that there's going to be archetypes of these nonsense characters now. You're going to have a masculine man that's a dumbass, or even if you have a masculine man, you're going to have women being the leads, belittling men. I mean, it's just paint by numbers. It's homogenous thought now, homogenous creative choices, and it's very disappointing because it's leading to absolute crap. Absolute crap. I mean, again, down the side here, and this is the real hilarious element, Netflix record 15 million first week of Glass Onion. Right? $15 million Glass Onion took. And this one, I think, barely broke 20 million. Something like that. Barely broke 20 million. A Disney animation barely breaking 20 million. A little Netflix movie that they released in theatres, $15 million. Fuck me. So, yeah, there you go, ladies and gents. Thought you'd find this funny. Leave your thoughts down below. Take care.